Welcome back, my dear students. In this session, let us learn part 3 of chapter number 15, Introduction to Graphs. Exercise 15.3, question number 1. Draw the graph for the following tables of values with suitable scales on the axis. A. Cost of apple, and this table is given. Number of apples are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and their costs are in rupees 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now let's draw this graph. Exercise 15.3, question number 1, solution. First, let's draw this x-axis and this y-axis. And this is number of apples, and this is 1, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so on. And this is cost in rupees. This is rupees 5, rupees 10, rupees 15, rupees 20, rupees 25, and rupees 30, so on. Now let us plot number of apples 1 and cost in rupees 5. So 1, 5. So number of apples 1 here, so we are drawing a perpendicular line here, and cost in rupees, this is 5, so we are drawing a line here, and we are getting this intersecting point. And this point represents number of apples 1 and cost is 5, so 1, 5. So the coordinate of this point is 1, 5. Next is number of apples is 2 and cost is 10. So number of apples 2, here we are doing a perpendicular line, and cost is rupees 10, so we are doing another perpendicular line, and this is the point, and the coordinate of this point is 2, 10. And next is number of apples is 3 and cost is 15, 3, 15. So number of apples 3, drawing a perpendicular line here, and cost is rupees 15, drawing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here. So the coordinate of this point is 3 and 15. And next is number of apple is 4, cost is 20, 4, 20. So number of apples 4 is here, and drawing a perpendicular line, and cost is rupees 20 here, drawing another perpendicular line, and the two lines are intersect here, and the coordinate of this point is 4 and 20. Next is number of apples 5 and cost is rupees 20. That means 520. So number of apples 5 is here, drawing a perpendicular line here, and cost is rupees 25, and drawing another perpendicular line, and the two lines are intersect here. And the coordinate of this point is 5 and 25. Now let's join this point and this point and this point and this point and this point. Now we are getting this straight line. So getting this straight line. Now scale. Horizontal. Horizontal means this x-axis. 1 unit from here up to there is 1 unit. 1 unit is equal to, this is 1 apple, so 1 unit is equal to 1 apple. And vertical means this y-axis, and 1 unit from here up to there is 1 unit, and this 5 is cost in rupees, so 1 unit is equal to rupees 5. Then steps to follow. Roman number 1, mark number of apples along the horizontal axis. So along the x-axis, we are going to mark the number of apples 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. And Roman number 2, mark cost in rupees along vertical axis. So y-axis is the vertical axis, and we are marking cost in rupees. So this is 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 20 rupees, 25 rupees, 30 rupees, and so on. Now Roman number 3, plot the points as shown in the graph. Now we are going to plot this point 1,5, this point 2,10, this point 3,15, this point 4,20, and this point 5,25. Join the points 1,5, 2,10, 3,15, 4,20, and 5,25. Now we are joining this point, this point, this point, and this point, and this point, and we are getting a straight line. And this is the required graph. So here, question number 1A is over. Question number 1A finish. Now let us try question number B. Question number B. Distance traveled by a car, and this table is given. Time in hours: 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and so on. Distance in kilometer: 40, 80, 120, 160. Now let's draw this graph. Question number 1B, solution. First, let's draw this x-axis, and let's draw this y-axis. Then after that, this is time, and here an arrow mark is putting, and this is 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. are marked. Then on the y-axis, this is distance in kilometer. This is 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, and 160 are marked. And here time is 6 a.m. and distance is 40. Let's plot this on the graph. So here is 6 a.m. and drawing a perpendicular line, and this is 40 kilometer and drawing another perpendicular line, and they intersect here, and we are getting this point, and this point represents the coordinates 6 and 40. This 6 and this 40. Next, let us plot 7 a.m. and 80 kilometer. So here is 7 and drawing a perpendicular line, and here is 80. So through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and the coordinate of this point is 7 and 80. Next, let us plot 8 a.m. and 120 kilometer. 8 through this 8 a.m. drawing a perpendicular line, and here is 120 kilometer, and through this point drawing another perpendicular line, and these perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 8 and 120. Next, let us plot 9 a.m. and 160. 9 a.m. and 160. Here is 9 a.m. and here drawing a perpendicular line, and here is 160. 160. Through this point we are drawing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 9 and 160. Now let's join these points. After joining this point, we are getting this straight line. Now scale. Horizontal, 1 unit from here up to there is 1 unit is equal to 1 hour, and vertical unit, and this is vertical unit, and 1 unit is equal to 10 kilometers. So this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and so on. Now steps to follow. Number 1, mark number of hours along the horizontal axis. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. These are marked. And number 2, mark distance in kilometer along vertical axis. This is vertical axis, and here we are marking the distance 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer, 40 kilometer, 50 kilometer, 60 kilometer, so on. Number 3, plot the points in the graph. Now the points are plotted. This point and this point and this point and this point are plotted. Then step number 4, join the points 640, 780, 8, 120, 9, 160. This point and this point and this point and this point are joined. These points are joining. Now question number B, Roman number 1. How much distance did the car cover during the period 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m.? We are going to write how many distance the car cover during the period 7:30 and 8 a.m. 7:30 and 8. So now at 7:30 a.m. at that time, this is the point. This is 7 a.m. This is 8 a.m. and in the middle, this is 7:30 a.m. So through this point, we are doing a perpendicular line to the x-axis, and this line intersect the graph at that point. And at this point, if we are going to the y-axis, we are getting 100, and this is kilometer. So corresponding to 7:30 a.m. on horizontal axis, we get the distance 100 kilometer, this 100 kilometer on vertical axis. So distance covered by car during 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. is equal to 8 a.m. This is 8 a.m. and through this point, if we are doing a perpendicular line and this line is going and this point intersect the graph here, and if we go to the vertical axis, this is 120. So 8 a.m. the distance is 120 kilometer. So 120 minus 100 kilometer, if we substitute, we are getting 20 kilometer. So the distance covered by car during 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. is 120 minus 100 kilometer, that is 20 kilometer. Next, Roman number 2, What was the time when the car had covered a distance of 100 km since its start? So we are going to find out the time when the car covered a distance of 100 km. Now let us see in the graph. So this is the graph and this is distance in kilometer. So in this distance, let us see 100 km, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 here. So through this one, if we draw a perpendicular line to the y-axis and this line intersect the graph here, and through this point, if we are drawing another line to the x-axis and we are getting this point, this is 7:30 a.m. So the time is 7:30 a.m. So Roman number 2, the answer is 7:30 a.m. and this is the answer. Now question number 1b is over. Question number C, interest on deposit for a year. Deposit in rupees 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Simple interest in rupees 80, 160, 240, 320, 400. Now Roman 1. Does the graph pass through the origin? Roman number 2. Use the graph to find the interest on rupees 2,500 for a year. Roman number 3. To get an interest of rupees 280 per year, how much money should be deposited? Now first let's draw the graph by using this table. First let's draw this horizontal line and this is x-axis. Then after that let's draw this vertical line and this is y-axis. Then after that, this is deposit in rupees 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 and 5,000 are marked. Then on the y-axis, this is y-axis and this is interest in rupees. This is 80, this is 160 and this is 240 and this is 320 and this is 400 and so on. Now scale. Horizontal, that means this side. 1 unit means from here up to that. 1 unit represents rupees 1,000. So 1 unit is equal to rupees 1,000. On the vertical, this is vertical. 1 unit means from here up to that. 1 unit represents rupees 80. Since this is 80, so rupees 80. Now steps to follow. Number 1, mark the deposit in rupees along the x-axis. So along this x-axis, we are going to mark deposit in rupees. This is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 and so on. Step number 2, mark the interest along the y-axis. So this is y-axis. Y and along this y-axis we are going to mark interest in rupees, and this is 80 and this is 160, this is 240 and so on. Now step number 3, plot the points 1,080, this is 1,000 and this is 80. So here is 1,000 and drawing here one perpendicular line, and here is 80, drawing another perpendicular line. The two are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 1,000 and 80. And next is 2,000 and 160. 2,000 is here, and through this point we are drawing one perpendicular line, and this is 160. So here is 160. Through this point we are doing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 2,000 and 160. Then after that 3,000 and 240. So here is 3000, and through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and next is 240. So here is 240. Through this point we are doing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 3000, this 3000, and this 240. Next is 4000 and 320. So 4000 is here, we are drawing a perpendicular line, and next is 320. So here is 320, and we are drawing another perpendicular line, and the two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 4000 and 320. And next is 5000 and 400. So here is 5000. Through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and next is 400, this 400, and 400 is here. Through this point we are doing another perpendicular line, and the two perpendiculars are intersect here, and this point is the coordinate of 5000 and this 400. Now let us join these points. Step number 4, join the points. Now drawing the graph is over. Now Roman number 1. Thus the graph passes through the origin. Origin means the intersecting point of x-axis and y-axis called origin. So this is the graph, and this graph passes through this point, and this point is the intersecting point of x-axis and y-axis, and this point is called origin. So we have to write down yes. So Roman number 1, yes, the graph passes through the origin. Now Roman number 2, use the graph to find the interest on rupees 2500 for a year. So this is rupees 2500. Now let us see in the graph, this is 2000, this is 3000. So the middle point is this, and this will represent rupees 2500. Through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and this perpendicular line intersect the graph at that point. So from this 2500, let us draw a perpendicular line to the x-axis like that, and on the vertical axis through this point we are drawing another line like this, and here we are getting 200. So for this Roman number 2, interest on rupees 2500 is rupees 200. Next, Roman number 3. To get an interest of rupees 2080 per year, how much money should be deposited? This is interest, and this is 280 per year. So interest 280. So let's see in the graph. This is interest, and 280 is here. So through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line to the y-axis, and this line intersect the graph at that point, and through this point we are drawing another line perpendicular to the x-axis like this, and we are getting this point, and this point is in the middle of 3000 and 4000. So this point will represent 3500. 3500. So now Roman number 3. To get an interest of rupees 280 per year, we have to deposit this rupees 3500, and here question number C is over. Question number 2. Draw a graph for the following. Roman number 1. Side of square in centimeter. 2, 3, 3.5, 5, 6. Perimeter in centimeter. 8, 12, 14, 20, 24. Is it a linear graph? We have to use this table and we have to draw a graph, and after that we have to say that it is a linear graph or not. Okay, now let's write this. Question number 2, Roman 1. First, we are drawing this horizontal line, and this is x-axis. Then after that, we are drawing this vertical line, and this is y-axis. Now question number 2, Roman number 1, solution. Then this side is side in centimeter. So this is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. These are marked. Then after that, this y-axis is perimeter in centimeter. So this is 4, this is 8, this is 12, this is 6, this is 20, this is 24, and this is 28. These are marked. Then now let us see in the question. Side of square in centimeter 2, perimeter in centimeter 8. That is 2, 8. Side is 2, perimeter is 8, 2, 8. So this is side and this is 2 centimeter, and through this point we have to draw a perpendicular line, this line. Then next is perimeter is 8, so this is 8. Through this point we are drawing another a perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point represents the coordinate 2 and 8. Then after that, side of square is 3 and perimeter is 12. 3 and 12. So this is 3. So through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and this is the mark of 12, and through this point we are drawing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point represents the coordinate 3 and 12. 3 and 12. Next is side of the square is 3.5 and perimeter is 14. 3.5 and 14. So this is 3, this is 4, and this middle point is 3.5. Through this 3.5 mark we are drawing a perpendicular line, and this is 12, this is 16. So in the middle this is 14. Through this point we are drawing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point represents the coordinate 3.5 and 14. Next is side of the square is 5 and perimeter is 20. 5 and 20. So here is 5. Through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and here is 20. Through this point we are doing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here, and this point represents the coordinate 5 and 20. 5 and 20. Next is side of the square is 6 and perimeter is 24. 6 and 24. So here is 6. Through this point we are drawing a perpendicular line, and here is 24. Through this point we are doing another perpendicular line, and these two perpendicular lines are intersect here. So this point is the coordinate of 6 and 24. Now let us join these points. So after joining these points, we are getting this line. Now scale. Horizontal, that means this line. 1 unit is equal to 1 centimeter. From here up to there is 1 unit, and this is equal to 1 centimeter. And vertical means y-axis. And 1 unit means from here up to there. 1 unit represents 4 centimeter. Now plot the points 2.8, 3.12, 3.5, 14, 5.20, and 6.24. So these are the points: 2.8, 3.12, 3.5, 14, 5.20, and 6.24. Join the points, we get a graph that is a line. So after joining these points, we are getting a straight line. Yes, it is a linear graph. Here, question number 2, Roman number 1 is over. Question number 2 is same. So you try this question number 2. Okay, for today, let's stop here. Okay, all of you, thank you.